Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, if you're looking to buy a home here in the East Bay, look around our site. You're going to find our home search site. Go out there free of cost and find your dream home. We're posting homes daily in all locations in the Bay Area and all price ranges. Also, if you're selling your home, also go out there. You'll see our home evaluation site. It will keep you updated on what your home's worth. And if you're ready to talk about buying your next home or selling your home, click below and you'll be able to set up a 15 to 30 minute consultation with us, okay? Reach out to us directly also with a phone call. Thanks now. Bye-bye. Hey guys, how you doing? In this video, we're going to be talking about budgeting to buy a home here in the East Bay. Now, if you guys remember, last week we spoke about finding or connecting with a realtor, and prior to that, we talked about the steps in buying a home. So we're kind of creating a series of videos here to help you out buying a home. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about down payment as well as your monthly payment. So we're going to talk about budgeting for your down payment and what you need, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the monthly payments that you can be taking on when you buy a home. You know, as we think about down payment, it's one of the things that there's a myth out there. People think it's a minimum of 20% that you need down, but that's actually not true. If you're a veteran, you can get into a VA loan for 0% down. That's one of the big benefits of the VA loan. Other things to think about, FHA financing as little as 3.5% down, and even conventional financing, you've got 3% and you've got 5% down programs. Another thing to think about, as the market slows, that's when the best down payment assistance program comes out. So that's one of the things to also consider, because you may have a 5% down payment, but the down payment assistance program may help you out and bring that down to 0%. So those are some things out there. And so your down payment, again, the myth is 20%. You can go as low as 0%, in most cases, 3% or so. One of the things I always tell people is the minimum amount you want to actually have is probably about 7%. And what this does is it gives you 3% for down payment, 3.5% for down payment, 3.5%, gives you another 3% for your closing costs, and it gives you 0.5 to 1% of your moving costs. So think about 7%. Now, that 7% can come from different sources, and we're going to talk about sources in just a second, okay? All right. In this next section, we're going to talk about sources of down payment. Now, we're always thinking about our savings, our savings, saving up to buy a home and so forth. That's one of the things we're thinking about. But, when we're looking at creating a down payment for a home, it can come from many sources, not just your savings. From selling a home, you can actually sell the home, use the equity in the home for your down payment. We can actually get a loan on your existing home for your down payment, whether it be a cash out loan, whether it be a bridge loan, whether it be a second mortgage to buy that new home. So those are options out there for you. Gifts. One of the things people never think of is gifts. Gifts from close family members you can get to help you out with down payment. 401ks, deferred comp programs, great source of down payments. You can borrow up to 50% or $50,000 of your 401k. And also, we spoke about earlier is down payment assistance programs. Again, as the market slows, market gets a little softer and things, the real estate market, those down payment assistance programs become better and better. So guys, to really access these programs, what you gotta do, you gotta connect with a lender. They're gonna have access to many different programs, whether it be government programs, private programs, and so great sources. Talk with your lender about down payment assistance program and sources of down payment. So guys, we've talked about down payments. Now we got to consider the monthly payments. Again, if you're a renter and you've got a certain amount you're paying and you're now going to take on a mortgage, it's going to be maybe a bit of a shocker for you as you start taking on a mortgage. Now, when we're thinking about a mortgage itself, we're going to think about principal. That's the amount that we're paying off or paying back for our loan. Interest. Obviously, everybody knows what interest is, and that's the amount that we pay the bank for making the loan to us. And we got to think about property taxes. We got to think about insurance for a home, and some cases, if you've got a homeowner association, you've also got to think about homeowner association fees. Now, your lender is going to calculate your debt to income ratio. You can hear them refer to it as DTI. Now that basically is the percentage of your income that's going towards your mortgage. So you're going to find that the amount, or it's going not only to your mortgage, but towards debt. So if you've got existing debt, you've got credit cards, car loans, and so forth, that's going to be included in your debt to income ratio. So you're going to find some loans are going to allow you to go all the way up to 55% of your gross income. Your gross income is your income before they take out taxes and so forth, you know. Now, let's say if you're actually making $120,000 a year, that's $10,000 a month. 55% is going to be $5,500. Now, that's probably what you're going to be able to qualify for. Now, once we start looking at those funds after your expenses comes out, let's say your taxes comes out, that's your income taxes, insurance, and so forth comes out of your income, you're walking away with $7,000 per month. And you've got a mortgage payment of $5,500. So one of the things you got to think about is not only will you qualify for that mortgage DTI wise, but is it realistic? If you're taking home $7,000 a month, having a $5,500 a month payment, is that something that's realistic for you? So that's a couple of things to think about when look at your mortgage loans. The other things we got to think about, again, with your property, you've got to look at utility cost, because now you may actually have to take on your utility costs. Because if you're renting before, that's not a cost you necessarily that you were looking at. Also is repairs and maintenance on your property. So that's one of the things you've got to think about, and they come up. So a couple of things to think about, guys. You know, your mortgage payment, property taxes, insurance, HOA, utilities, and repair and maintenance on your house. And again, you know, other things you got to think about, you've got to live. Okay, you may have time to buy a car, you may want to go on vacation, you may have to pay for gas on your car, you got clothes, food, etc. So when you start managing, thinking about your budget, guys, you're not only thinking about your monthly payments, you're also thinking about other expenses and things. You know, quick ways to really, if you Google amortization table, amortization calculator, and so forth, you can punch in your interest rate, the amount of your loan, and see what your monthly payments are going to be. But again, guys, the best source of that is actually just sitting down with a mortgage lender, letting them go through, giving you numbers and so forth, and working with them, asking them a lot of questions, considering how much you actually earn and how much you're going to be paying. Okay? Hey guys, again, any questions, reach out to me. Love to talk to you. Bye-bye now. Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, if you're looking to buy a home here in the East Bay, look around our site. You're going to find our home search site. Go out there free of cost and find your dream home. We're posting homes daily in all locations in the Bay Area and all price ranges. Also, if you're selling your home, also go out there. You'll see our home evaluation site. It will keep you updated on what your home's worth. And if you're ready to talk about buying your next home or selling your home, click below and you'll be able to set up a 15 to 30 minute consultation with us, okay? Reach out to us directly also with a phone call. Thanks now. Bye-bye.